We're here at the calm before the storm at one of the biggest Christmas markets in the nation, the Houston Nutcracker Market. This is gonna have over 100,000 people come through here in a 4-day period, spending upwards of $20 million collectively. And I not only have one booth, but 2 booths here representing my wood shop, Drapella Works, and my cooler company, Frio Coolers. So it's absolute chaos. So in this video, we're gonna be going over cold, hard numbers to see if doing a show like this is actually worth it through all the exhaustion, all the products you gotta make, all the stock that you have to have. And is this something for your wood shop or your handcrafted goods to actually come to? All right, so let me take you on a quick tour of our booth. First and foremost, you notice that we have these giant red oak walls. This is a 10 by 20 booth, so this is a 8-foot tall red oak wall that we stained dark walnut. It's really heavy and it's really hard to set up, but it looks really good and kind of brings out the aesthetic that I really wanted in our booth. Going on here, we have all our piggy banks that we sell and make in-house. If you don't know I make piggy banks, you do now. So in our last video, we talked about CNC projects that sell, and I said one of these boards is gonna sell. Well, as you can see, we're pretty much selling out of them, and we're trying to make them at night and bring them here in the morning. So we've probably sold a little over 40 of these in the last 2 days. Next over here, you have your docking station / man stand. If any of y'all don't recognize this, go and watch the video of how these things put me through college and kind of built my first shop. Right here we got Maze Games. It's another CNC project that sell. Once again, I talked about board games. They're selling absolutely great. And then as you come over here, you just have more of the same, different shapes and sizes of piggy bank, and another wall of just letter banks and stuff like that. And why I set it up this way with both walls mirroring each other, and you'll see this in the other booth, there's so much traffic here that when people are walking this way, they see this side and they may never walk back this way again. So I always double up on my key products on each side. And since we have so much traffic in here, our checkout booth, which a lot of breakfast and Chick-fil-A on it right now, but our checkout booth is really important on how quickly somebody can grab something and check out without bumping into somebody else. And so it's really important just the layout of the booth with something like this, because there's just so many people and so much traffic that's gonna go through here that they have to be able to see what you sell very quickly and very simply. So like, I didn't jazzify it right here. Jazzify, that's a word. You know, we sell piggy banks. Don't put anything else. Why? Because they're gonna walk by, you got 3 seconds to catch their attention, and you just sign up that says piggy banks. And that's what we sell. And boom, we are at our other booth, and so I want to give you a little quick tour of the Frio booth. Though we won't be going over it, this is the other booth that I have at the show. We're gonna be primarily talking about the wood shop booth. So, right here we have our speaker cups. Boom, these are selling like crazy. People love them, they're having a lot of fun with them. Back over here, we have all our bags that we sew up in-house. If you wanna see any of that, check out friocoolers.com right there. And as you come over here, we just have another set of speaker cups. And what's cool about this is the customers see it, they grab their own stuff. It's a quick checkout. So this is my other booth. Check out friocoolers.com, guys. Now, let's go to the wood shop. Yeah, so the Nutcracker was pretty crazy, like every single year. There was a ton of people there, and it was extremely hard this year because we had 2 booths, so I'm twice as tired. Overall, guys, it went phenomenal. You know, you have your hiccups and all that stuff. You have your fires you have to put out. But all in all, I think we did excellent. We survived, we're still alive, and I'm pretty sure we made some money. So a lot of y'all may be asking like, Ryan, I thought you didn't do market days. I watched the whole video on it. You told me, at my last market days, I did over $40,000 in sales, and I still don't think they're worth it. Do not do market days, don't do farmers markets, etc., right? Well, I also said, be sure to do trade shows, right? Well, the Nutcracker is so Christmas oriented and so massive that it's worth it to go to because 1, it's really hard to get into, because 2, nothing but professionals are there. You have to make so much product to be able to get in there, to be able to really make enough stuff to be able to sell, right? And if you sell out and are no longer there, the Nutcracker does not invite you back. So it's very important that you have enough stock built up. So I view the Nutcracker as one of the exceptions because it is more trade show oriented, because people are there to buy Christmas gifts, and over 100,000 people go through there in a 4-day stretch, and they are spending guap. If you're there, and once I show you these numbers, you're gonna understand why I do the Nutcracker, and I still am an advocate for not doing those farmer markets unless you have some kind of mission or goal behind the reason you're doing the farmer's market, right? Like if the farmer's market is a reason to figure out who your target customer is and to figure out what you should do next or product market fit, etc. But I still think the smaller market days and the farmers markets are not a good overall business strategy because it's just not sustainable. You know, I just don't think you're gonna do enough revenue to really grow a business and be able to employ multiple people. So that's my reason. That's what I said in the other video. I still hold that as true, but I do hope y'all do take away a lot of why I did this once I start going through the numbers, guys. And boom, wrote it all down. As you can see right here, revenue, we did $30,000 at this show. It was really like right under $30,000. And this is over a 5-day show, so you can do the math. We averaged out about $6,000 in sales a day. Over here, all the scribble scrabble, this is gonna look at all our time we put into it. And so as you can see, Monday was set up. So this is set up at the shop, getting ready for the show, getting your booth in order, stuff like that. We had 2 people working 12 hours a day for a total of 24 hours. On Tuesday and half a day Wednesday was actually set up at the show itself. And so we had 3 people working on that. And the show started Wednesday night and went on until 10:30 at night. And so we had another 3 people working on that on Wednesday, finishing setting up the show and actually working the show. So you have 2 36-hour, technically total of 36 hours a day, right? 3 people working 12 hours a day. And the show started on Thursday. That was 3 people running the booth. And you're like, why do you have 3 people running a 10x20 booth, right? We need 1 restocker, 2 people checking each other out. Not like that, but like, you know, checking other customers out. And somebody ever has to go to the bathroom, you'll still have 2 people at the booth in case you need to rush, because everything comes in waves. And so you always need 3 people at a booth, bathroom breaks, restocking breaks, etc. Thursday through Sunday is gonna be nothing but the show. Once again, having 3 people at the booth for 12 hours a day for a total of 36 hours of me paying them each day if I'm considering my own time. And then Sunday's takedown. Once again, the show ended early, so it's really only another 12-hour day. And then some people forget about Monday when you unpack all that stuff. And that took 2 people 8 hours a day yesterday to get all of this stuff unpacked. So we had 258 hours of this show becoming successful. At $20 an hour, you're looking at spending $5,160 in labor. That's not making any of the products, it's nothing like that. That is just literally setting up the booth, running the show, taking down the booth, etc. Right here, we got the booth fee. The booth fee was $2,300. You're like, man, that's really cheap for a show that big. There's a catch. The Nutcracker takes 11% of everything you sell, $3,300. I actually do not mind paying anybody a commission like that unless it's astronomically high, because they're enticed to make sure that you sell the most possible so they can make the most amount of profit. Next thing you're looking at is travel cost. Okay, I had to buy a hotel Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. It was an Airbnb, so everybody can stay there, run it at $200 a night, plus feeding everybody, plus all that stuff. You're looking at about $1,200. All of those $30,000 in products cost us about $12,000 in material and labor to make. There's another $12,000 expense right there to make all those products. All of that for a grand total profit of $6,040. I would say give or take about 500 bucks just because of unseen costs, maybe getting the booth set up, paying for the materials and all that stuff, paying for the signage, paying for your business cards, etc. So with all that being said, was the show worth it? Money-wise, yes, we made money. We made $6,000. Mentally, yes, it was, because I got better, right? I got mentally better at being able to handle things, seeing my customers, see they interact with my product, etc. And marketing-wise, absolutely yes, because I had tons and tons of people walk by, see my brand, see my logo. All in all, it was a great show. And would I do it again? Absolutely, but I would change a couple things, because herein lies the problem with woodworking in some of these shows and how I'm gonna combat it, and how I hope you gain some knowledge from how I'm gonna combat it, right? The interesting thing about woodworking is if you make a good product, it's gonna last forever, right? It's not like you're selling salsas or cheeses. If you sell those things, they like them, they're gonna come back next year and buy more from you. And you can only kind of get bigger if you do a good product. With woodworking, if you do an amazing product, you're not necessarily gonna get bigger, because they're gonna have the product already in their hand. It's gonna last hopefully years and years and years and years and years, and they're not gonna come back and buy that same thing from you. Why? Because they already have it. What I have to do as a business owner is tweak my products and maybe change up some different products, so whenever the same people come in my booth because they love the quality of last year's product, they see something different they like. And that's the overall challenge with really any woodworking business and things you have to combat. And I think that's why I don't see too many reoccurring woodworkers at the same show, because once you saturate that market and they have your stuff, you don't reinvent the wheel, right? You don't design other products. So there's no need for you to be there anymore. Am I gonna go back? Yes. Am I gonna go back with some different products? Yes. And I'm gonna make sure I don't run out of Wahoo boards again? Yes. And so that's it, guys. I think y'all could do it too. It is completely possible to get into something like this. I mean, it's a little scary, right? You're gonna be a little nervous. You're gonna watch this video. I hope it's gonna help if you do get into some big show like this, because there's not a lot of this kind of stuff out there for these major shows, but it's totally possible to get in there. Just make sure that whoever you're applying to, whatever show you're trying to get into, make sure that they know it's gonna be mutually beneficial for you and them, for you to go to their show and sell products there, because you're gonna be unique, bring them more money, bring them more people into the show, and they're gonna love you, you're gonna love them, and you're gonna get accepted. So guys, thank you so much for watching. It's totally possible for you to do these kind of things. And if you noticed in our channel, it's growing, it's doing really well, our business is doing really well. And so if you kind of notice this little trickle effect of the videos being a little different, the shorts being a little different, and there may even be somebody different starting to make some videos, some long form videos on our channel as well. So stay tuned for that. It's very exciting, guys. You cannot imagine what's in store for Cutting It Close in the near future. Thank y'all guys so much for watching, supporting the channel. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, do all that crazy good stuff. And remember guys, if you ain't cutting it close, you ain't cutting it right.
And remember.
And boom! That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. And remember guys, if you ain't cutting it close, you ain't cutting it right. Redo that whole outro. That was awful. Okay.